Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna and today we are going to do a budget overview for the month of June. So I went ahead and filled out our monthly calendar. So a couple of things to note. We have a New Mexico trip coming up the first week of June. We have Father's Day, and I believe that's all of the activities we have. We are going to save $820 towards our 10K savings challenge, and the rest is just our regular monthly bills. So let's get started. I'm going to put this to the side. And we are going to jump into my A5 rings binder. This is typically where I do our monthly overview budget. And let's get started. For this budget, it's going to be a little bit different because I have already budgeted out the first paycheck we are going to receive in June, and so I am not going to reflect that in this budget overview. So it is paying the beginning of our June bills, but since it was pretty much budgeted and allocated back in May, I'm not going to include it here. So our income is going to look slightly different. So for two reasons. One, I'm not including my husband's first check he got in June, and also because we are going out of town, he will not be receiving, well, he will be receiving a second check, but it's going to be fairly less because right now he does not have any paid time off. So he will be out for about 3 days unpaid. So I'm budgeting less for that week. So for our budget we're working with, I'm going to be budgeting $6,567. So some of our bills have already been allocated with our May checks, so I am going to start out with tithe first. And that is going to be $690. And really, I'm going to be starting with all of our bills due towards the end of the month, and then I'm going to be budgeting for July's starting bills. So next we're going to do Frontier, which is not due until the 24th. So that's $95. Netflix is due also on the 24th, and it's $13. Comp International is due on the 28th, and it is $50. My husband's truck payment is also due on the 28th, and it's for $600. And then now I'm going to budget for July's bills. So our AT&T bill, and then our State Farm, which is due on the 3rd. So for AT&T, we finally got our bill for June. It was only $135, but that is because they charged me for my cell phone, even though we had paid it off back in, I can't even remember. I guess we paid it back off in May, could have been April. So they gave us a credit, so our bill was only $135 for June 1st. So I still haven't gotten a true bill of what our amount is going to be minus the 2 cell phones. So I'm going to go ahead and budget about $175 we were paying about $35 for the cell phone with taxes, and so that's about how much my credit was, so I'm going to up it to about $175. For State Farm, it is its usual $300, and that's all we are allocating towards bills. So let's add this up. So that should be $19.23. Let me go ahead and double check myself. Yes, okay. So let's take that from our beginning budget. And we have $46.44 we're working with left. And I should have put my husband's truck down here, but that's okay. It's up here. So I am filming this Memorial weekend, and so we do not currently have his balance after our May check. So I will reflect our debt balance back in our budget recap for May. So stay tuned for that video. Let's go ahead and move on to our variable spending. So we are going to first start with groceries. And I'm going to budget about $600 for dining out. I'm going to budget $400. For gas, I am going to budget $250. For our household spending, I'm going to budget $400. I have 2 subscriptions that come out monthly. One is for Sterling ink stickers for my planner, and another one is a a Kindle subscription. So that's $63. And then for Father's Day, I'm going to budget another $70. So let's add those up. We will be out of town for about 5 weeks. 5 weeks, sorry. For about 5 days. And so our dining out may be more and our groceries may be less, but we typically spend about $1,000 on food a month, and so that's kind of why I kept it at nice round numbers. But we will see after our trip how that actually pans out. So for our variable spending, we are budgeting $1,783. And let's subtract that from our remaining. We have $46.44 left. So that should give us $28.61 left. Okay, so next is our savings challenges. So we have our 10K savings challenge. We are going to budget $824. Next, we have our 2 high yield savings accounts. Those get $50 per paycheck, so that is $100 per month. So from that $28.61, let's go ahead and take away the $820 and then the $200. That gives us $1,841 left for our sinking funds. So total savings, we are going to try to save $2,861. So that will give us our zero-based budget, and we will have $0 remaining. So for the sake of time, I have a spreadsheet I like to follow for our sinking funds. I keep a total of how much we've saved every month and how much we have used, just kind of as a tracker. And so I did go ahead and pre-fill this out so that it was done for this video. So for our 10K savings challenge, that has our $820. We're gonna save $30 for car registration, $50 for car maintenance, subscription $75, new cell phones $10. I want to get started on that in case we need new cell phones, so I would like to have something saved up for those. Groceries, I'm going to save an additional $10, just kind of like a buffer if we just go to the store randomly or if we overspend. For home, I want to save $100, medical is $15, miscellaneous is $10, taxes is $30. We had saved $320 and had to use it for our 2023 tax return. So I want to start putting this money back for our 2024, just in case. So homeschool, I'm going to save $50. We want to start buying curriculum for our son, and so I want to start getting on top of that. For Christmas, we're going to save our usual $200. Birthdays, $25. So that is going to be for my husband's grandma's birthday. We're going to get her a gift card, and that's who we're going to go see in New Mexico. So Mother's Day, I'm going to save $20. This is going to be the year 2025. So we are saving already for Mother's Day for next year. For Father's Day, I've got $50. New home savings, this is the $180. So the $820 plus the $180 is my goal to save $1,000 a month for our new home. I am thinking about starting the other savings challenges for like home decor, moving expenses. I also want to save like the $5, $10, and $20 challenges, so that money might be coming from this new home savings. We're still prioritizing our 10K savings challenge, but this is just trying to get us to save a little extra. So for 1 month ahead, I'm also going to save $300. I am going to budget $60 for my husband. For our son, I am giving him $6. This is just to give him just a little spending money, like $5, and the odd number is because he currently has $14 in his envelope, and my OCD is a little out of whack with him only having $4 in there. So I'm adding 1 to make it a $5 increment. So for health, we're going to save $20, new car $50, vacation $110. So we are possibly planning a cruise, so I do want to start beefing up our vacation. So family fun, I have budgeted $150. That's for our trip to New Mexico. Date night, we're doing $40, anniversary $20, birthday parties $50. School activities, I'm giving $10. Extracurriculars, we're doing $25, and baby $25. So for the total month of June, we are hoping to save $2,541. So from the budget, we are saving $1,841, but from my husband's first check of June, we already saved $700 towards our June sinking funds. So I hope that makes sense. If anything doesn't, please just leave me a comment, and I can possibly make a video if y'all would like to see how I do this in Excel. So that is our budget for June, and we are hoping to save $2,500 in the month of June. So fingers crossed that we can actually accomplish that. And I do think I'm going to do an actual budget versus actual video for June. So stay tuned for that. Thank you again for watching my videos. We truly appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.